Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is David Hyman, your tour guide in Israel. Today we are in Jerusalem, in the Old City. We are going to walk the Stations of the Cross, the Via Dolorosa. So join me on this wonderful tour, everyone. Via Dolorosa in Latin, it means the way of the sorrows. This is a traditional path following the footsteps and the events. Each event that happens on that path is marked in the city with a marker, and here are the 14 stations. From Jesus is condemned to death and all the way to Jesus is buried. And these are the stations 1 to 14. So the stations 1 to station number 9 are all in the streets of the city. Stations 10 to 14, the final 5 stations, are inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and they are in a separate video, which I will put the link for you to follow. This is the first station of the cross, where Jesus is condemned to death. Then they led Jesus from Caiaphas to the Praetorium, John's Gospel, chapter 18. Where's the Praetorium? It could be in this area here. These are the natural rocks of Jerusalem. And these are the original tiles of the Roman city of Jerusalem. And we're standing in front of the Church of Flagellation, originally built by the Crusaders in the 12th century. And in 1838 it was purchased by the Franciscans. In 1929, the architect Antonio Baraluzzi restored the church, preserving its medieval style. Second station of the cross. Jesus takes up the cross. It is commemorated here at the Chapel of Condemnation. Pilate took Jesus and scourged him, John 19. Then he handed him over to them to be crucified. So we are going to visit the Sisters of Notre Dame de Sion convent. This is a place where it is possible to see the Lithostrotos, the ancient street of the Roman period. So we're looking for the Lithostrotos, the ancient street or the ancient road here. So this excavation was made in the 19th century when the Ratisbonne brothers purchased this land to build the monastery of the Sisters of Zion. Named Lithostrotos because considered traditionally to be the pavement cited in the Gospel, when Pilate heard these words, he brought Jesus out and sat down on the judgment seat at a place called the Lithostrotos, in Hebrew Gabbatha, John chapter 19. The stone street. Here it is. So folks, these are original tiles of an ancient Roman street from the 2nd century of Jerusalem. And these were games that were played by soldiers, probably on the ancient streets. And now we're going to the Struthion, in Greek the sparrow, a large open water cistern cut by Herod in the moat of the Antonia fortress. Down these steep steps, watch your head, and into this amazing cistern carved in the mountain by King Herod. Here we have two levels. We have number one, the lower part was cut in the rock within the moat of the Antonia fortress. And the vault was built by Hadrian to support the marketplace above. We are under the city of Jerusalem, in the cistern. Here we have a painting of the Antonia fortress, which is north of the temple. So right now we are underneath the Antonia fortress. In Hadrian's time, the whole area was paved with these big tiles. Those are the ones we saw, and a Victory Arch was built. This was a marketplace, and that covers the Struthion pool. And that vaulted arch we saw is right underneath the paved marketplace by Hadrian. This is right next to the Antonia fortress. It is called the Ecce Homo arch. When Jesus is brought in front of Pilate, Pilate says, "Behold the man, Ecce Homo, this is the man." And Pilate said to the crowd, "Behold the man," in Latin, Ecce Homo, John's Gospel, chapter 19. And it's a part of the triumphal gate of Hadrian, the city of Aelia Capitolina. And there's the arch. From here we can actually see the second part of the arch. The big arch is where the street is. We just saw half, and one of the small one is the one we can see here.
God bless, brother. No killing. Be a vegetarian.
And this road is actually the ancient Cardo Street. And here we have the third station of the cross. Jesus falls the first time. The third station, and right next to it is station number 4, where Jesus meets his mother. Station number 4. This is the 5th station of the cross, the Via Dolorosa. It is marked with the number 5, and we can see a person helping Jesus carry the cross. And here it says, Simoni Cyreneo, the cross bearer. 5th station. And here is an ancient rock where it is possible that Jesus leaned and rested on this stone. And to the 5th station, they enlisted a passerby, Simon of Cyrene, father of Alexander and Rufus, who was coming in from the country to carry his cross. The 6th station of the cross is marked with this pillar. And it says, 6th station, the Veronica wipes the face of Christ with her handkerchief. So if the door is open, I urge you to go in and to see the beautiful underground chapel of the 6th station where Jesus meets Veronica. And also it's possible to purchase beautiful icons. These icons are painted by the Little Sisters of Jerusalem. Here, this is an icon of the Transfiguration, and it's actually a copy of a Coptic Egyptian painting of the Transfiguration. So while walking the stations, you're walking in a busy city, which is actually wonderful because what it shows is what Jerusalem was like in the first century. Busy, active market with lots of merchants, shops, and distractions. This is the 7th station where Jesus falls the second time. There's an inscription, Porta Judiciari. This area here with the column inside marks the gate of justice, the gate in and out of Jerusalem during the first century, and therefore it is possible that from here Jesus exits the walls of the old city and continues his journey up to Calvary, which back in the first century was outside the walls. There's an ancient column from the Roman period, one here. There's one of the tiles of the street. From here we continue to the 8th station. Thank you. This marker here with the sign, it's an ancient pillar with a cross and the words Nika, victory. And this is the 8th station of the cross, and where Jesus meets the women of Jerusalem. Daughters of Jerusalem, weep not over me, weep rather over yourselves and your children. For if green wood is treated thus, how will the dry wood be treated? Luke chapter 23, verse 28. Walk up these steps. You need to imagine that we're walking up the hill. So we're getting close to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Here's the marker of the 9th station of the cross. Jesus falls the 3rd time. I have come to do your will, O God. Psalm number 40. And this is right in front of the Coptic Orthodox Patriarchate of Jerusalem. Let's go down and see the Queen Helena Church and the Queen Helena Cistern. This is part of the Coptic Patriarchate.
This was the only spring of water, fresh water at this time.
Okay.
So it's very interesting place and very ancient place.
Thank you so much.
Important too.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. We're going down to Helena's cistern. This is as the gentleman explained, a water well was hewn in the rock and discovered by Queen Helena, Constantine's mother. 4th century, provided water for drinking and building the Holy Sepulchre Church. It's very low. Oh wow. Look at the size of this amazing cistern. It goes back to the 4th century AD. It was carved in the rocks of Jerusalem. This is fresh Jerusalem water. Look at the beautiful and amazing place. Helena's water cistern. That would be where they would throw the ropes down and bring the water up. That was really wonderful. We are now standing on the roof of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. And over there, the great, enormous grey dome with the big cross, that is the roof of the Catholicon, the Greek Orthodox. This is where the first 9 stations of the cross end. Here you leave the cross outside the church. From here you can go in and complete the stations of the cross. The final 5 stations, from 10 to 14, are all within the basilica. The roof of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is called Dir el Sultan, the monastery of the Sultan. It is where Ethiopian priests live in their small village. Shalom. They live in these small cells. These are their homes. Very, very basic. We can visit the Ethiopian church, which is right here. And from here, of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Folks, this completes our tour of the Via Dolorosa, the Stations of the Cross. So I really hope that you enjoyed this visit. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel and write a comment. Let me know where you'd like to go on our next tour of wonderful Israel. Bye everyone, take care.